As a health educator who has spent decades caring for older adults, I am speaking to you today not with professional distance, but with urgency from the heart. Seniors, I am begging you, please stop eating these 5 vegetables. They are silently ruining your vision. You may think your eyes are simply aging. Maybe you've noticed that the sunlight feels too bright, faces blur more easily, or reading feels exhausting even though you don't spend much time on screens or books. But what if I told you the real culprit isn't age or disease? It's right there on your plate. I've seen it too often. Older patients who were otherwise healthy and clear-minded suddenly begin to lose their vision slowly, quietly. One woman told me she could no longer recognize her grandson's face in the morning light. Her eyesight faded, not because of any diagnosed illness, but because of innocent-looking vegetables she ate every day, prepared in ways she never questioned. Today, it's not too late. I'll walk you through the 5 vegetables you must stop eating. Not someday, but starting now. If you want to protect your eyes, preserve your independence, and hold on to every precious moment you still have left to see. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. Let's dive in immediately with the first shocking culprit hiding in your refrigerator right now. 1. Spinach leftovers, a hidden danger in your fridge. There's something almost comforting about spinach. It's green, soft when cooked, and has long been considered a healthy staple, especially for older adults trying to eat clean and get more iron. You'll find it in omelets, soups, pasta, even in creamy casseroles passed down through generations. But here's what few people realize. That leftover spinach you reheated for lunch might be silently harming your eyes day by day, fork by fork. When spinach is cooked and then stored overnight in the fridge, something unsettling happens. Spinach is naturally rich in nitrates, but once cooled and reheated, it converts these into nitrites, compounds that may increase oxidative stress in the body. In simple terms, nitrites can damage the tiny, delicate blood vessels that feed your retina. Over time, that damage can lead to macular degeneration, blurred vision, difficulty adjusting to bright light, and even gradual, painless loss of sight. This isn't theory, it's real. According to recent research published in the Journal of Food Science, reheated leafy greens can contain nitrite levels 3 times higher than fresh preparations. I've seen patients in their late 70s who never touched smartphones, never read in the dark, never had diabetes, yet their vision declined mysteriously. When we traced back their habits, one pattern often emerged: the habit of eating reheated spinach dishes several times a week, all in the name of saving time, saving money, or avoiding waste. And I get it. None of us want to throw away food, especially when it's something as innocent looking as a bowl of sautéed spinach. But ask yourself this: is a scoop of leftovers worth risking your ability to see the faces of those you love? The real danger of aging isn't just what we lose. It's what we unknowingly give away by sticking to habits that no longer serve us. Here's what you can do instead. Cook fresh spinach in smaller portions, or freeze raw spinach in single servings that you can quickly sauté when needed. Your eyes deserve that extra 2 minutes of care. And if that's the case with spinach, imagine what raw kale in your morning smoothie might be doing. The answer may surprise you. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now, let's move on to point number 2. 2. Raw kale in smoothies, not always so green. Kale has become the poster child for healthy eating. In every senior wellness magazine, every grocery flyer, you'll see kale praised as a superfood packed with fiber, calcium, antioxidants, and vitamins. It's no wonder so many older adults hoping to stay sharp and energized have added raw kale to their daily smoothie routine. But what if I told you that your green drink might be slowly dulling your vision? The truth is, raw kale, when eaten too often, can silently interfere with your body's ability to protect your eyes. Kale is high in oxalates, natural compounds that bind to calcium and zinc, two minerals essential for eye health, especially for the retina and the macula, where your central vision lives. When oxalates bind with these minerals, they form tiny crystals that are hard to absorb, essentially robbing your eyes of the nutrition they need to stay strong. I've seen patients who do everything right: no smoking, regular exercise, plenty of hydration, and yet they come in with complaints of eye fatigue, blurred vision, or a strange haze in bright sunlight. They're confused. And when I ask about their diet, many proudly say, "I drink a kale smoothie every morning." They never expected that something so green, so clean, could have hidden consequences. This isn't about fear, it's about balance. Kale still has value, but steaming or sautéing it breaks down the oxalates, making its nutrients more bioavailable. If you've been tossing raw kale into your blender every day thinking it's helping, it might be time to rethink that routine. Because if a leafy green like kale can quietly block the very nutrients your eyes depend on, what else could be hiding in your kitchen behind a familiar crunch and a familiar taste? Let's talk about one of America's favorite guilty pleasures, pickled vegetables. Their flavor is bold, but so are the consequences. 3. Pickled vegetables, tasty but treacherous. There's something nostalgic about pickled vegetables. Whether it's the crunch of a dill pickle with your sandwich, the tang of sauerkraut on a bratwurst, or the bite of pickled beets in a salad, these foods take us back to family barbecues, old recipes, and simpler times. They taste sharp, vivid, alive. But beneath the flavor and tradition lies a truth that's hard to swallow. These foods may be quietly damaging your vision, one bite at a time. Pickled vegetables are packed with salt, and not just a pinch. A single serving can carry hundreds of milligrams of sodium, far beyond what aging eyes and blood vessels can safely handle. Excess salt raises blood pressure, but more specifically, it strains the delicate capillaries in the eyes, especially those in the retina. Over time, this pressure can weaken the vessel walls, leading to microbleeds, blurred vision, and hypertensive retinopathy, a condition many older adults don't even realize they have until their eyesight has already begun to dim. Worse still, many commercial pickles contain preservatives and artificial coloring, compounds linked to inflammation and oxidative stress. These aren't just threats to your eyes. They burden the entire circulatory system, including the blood flow to your brain. That daily pickle you eat for a little flavor might actually be dulling your sharpness, both in sight and in thought. I've spoken with seniors who told me, "I only eat a few pickles a day. That can't be bad, right?" But when vision fades and memory begins to skip like a scratched record, we often wish we could go back and undo the little things, like reaching for that jar. And if your pickle habit is doing this much, what happens when the food you think is heart healthy, like garlic, starts turning against your eyes too? What you're about to learn may surprise you even more. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment 1 below to let me know you're here. Now, let's keep going with point number 4. 4. Garlic in high doses, powerful but risky. Garlic has long been celebrated in American kitchens and across the world, not just as a flavorful staple, but as a natural remedy. For generations, it's been hailed as a heart protector, a cholesterol fighter, even a blood purifier. And truthfully, garlic does have incredible properties. But as with many things in life, too much of a good thing can quietly become a hidden danger, especially for older adults. When consumed in large amounts, particularly in raw form or as concentrated supplements, garlic acts as a natural blood thinner. That may sound helpful, especially for seniors concerned about heart health or stroke risk. But here's what many don't realize. Thinned blood can easily lead to tiny internal bleeds in fragile parts of the body, like the eyes. The retina is laced with delicate capillaries thinner than a strand of hair. As we age, those vessels become more fragile. Add a blood thinner like garlic, along with medications such as aspirin or warfarin, and the risk of vitreous hemorrhage, floaters, and sudden blurred vision increases significantly. Some of my patients described it like seeing through smoke or noticing sudden flashes of light. They had no idea that the garlic they were proudly taking for circulation could have been the very thing disrupting the blood vessels behind their sight. According to a 2023 study published in the Journal of Ophthalmology, supplement-induced retinal bleeding has become increasingly common among seniors taking multiple blood-thinning substances. Balance is key. A clove in your pasta sauce? Wonderful. A raw garlic smoothie every morning with supplements on top? That's when the healing turns harmful. Your body, especially your eyes, need nourishment, not overcorrection. So the next time you reach for that garlic capsule, ask yourself, am I helping my body or quietly straining it? Because if garlic, nature's healer, can harm your eyes in silence, then imagine what the sweetness of something as simple as canned corn might be covering up. What's hiding in that golden syrupy bite might shock you. 5. Canned corn. Convenient but stripping your vision. There's something deeply comforting about canned corn. It's warm, sweet, and golden. A little piece of summer sealed in a tin. It shows up on dinner tables across America, from Thanksgiving casseroles to weeknight meals. For many seniors, it feels familiar, easy, and safe. But behind that sweetness lies a quiet truth. Canned corn may be stealing the clarity from your eyes without you ever noticing. Unlike fresh or frozen corn, which retains much of its natural nutrition, canned corn is heavily processed. During manufacturing, much of the vital lutein and zeaxanthin, two powerful antioxidants essential for protecting the retina, are lost. These nutrients play a key role in filtering harmful blue light and preventing age-related macular degeneration, one of the leading causes of vision loss in older adults. But when you rely on canned corn as a regular side dish, thinking it's harmless, you're essentially feeding your body calories without the protection your eyes desperately need. To make matters worse, most canned varieties are packed with excess sodium and sugar, often hidden under labels like seasoned or sweet kernel. Over time, high sodium can increase intraocular pressure, placing strain on the optic nerve, while added sugar contributes to inflammation, silently eroding not just vision, but overall vascular health. I've met older patients who say, "It's just corn. What harm can it do?" But small habits repeated daily shape the health we carry into our later years. And sometimes it's the most innocent-seeming foods that do the most lasting harm. So before you open that next can, pause. Consider choosing fresh or frozen corn instead. A simple shift that could help preserve your ability to read, drive, and recognize the faces you love. Because now that we've uncovered what not to eat, the question is, what vegetables should you eat to sharpen your vision, protect your brain, and support your heart all at the same time? The answers might already be in your kitchen drawer. If you're still with me and learning something new, please comment 1 below. Your engagement helps me know this content is reaching the right people. Let's dive into the healing foods your eyes are craving. 6. Want to know which vegetables actually heal and protect your eyes? After learning about the vegetables that may slowly be taking your sight, it's only natural to ask, what should I be eating instead? What foods can truly support my vision, keep my mind sharp, and help my heart stay strong as I age? The good news is the answers aren't hidden in some exotic health store or expensive supplement aisle. They're right there in your local grocery store, even in your garden if you're lucky enough to have one. Let's start with carrots, the age-old champion of eye health. Rich in beta-carotene, they help your body produce vitamin A, a nutrient absolutely essential for protecting the retina and enhancing night vision. But here's what most people don't know. Yellow carrots contain even more lutein than orange ones, giving you double protection. Then there's the red bell pepper, often overlooked, but quietly loaded with vitamin C and antioxidants that reduce inflammation and strengthen the blood vessels in your eyes. One red pepper actually contains more vitamin C than 3 oranges combined. Or take kale when it's gently cooked. Remember how we talked about raw kale blocking nutrients? Well, when you steam it lightly, it becomes a powerhouse of lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 nutrients that act like natural sunglasses for your retina, shielding it from blue light and reducing the risk of macular degeneration. And don't underestimate the humble ripe tomato, especially when it's cooked. It's filled with lycopene, an antioxidant that fights oxidative stress, not just in your eyes, but throughout your vascular system, helping your heart and brain stay younger longer. Finally, there's wild-caught salmon. While not a vegetable, it deserves mention here. The omega-3 fatty acids in salmon are like oil for the gears of your retina, keeping everything moving smoothly and reducing inflammation. These aren't trends or fads. They are gifts from nature, proven by science, ready to be part of your daily plate. But here's the key insight. It's not just eating vegetables. It's eating the right ones in the right way with care, consistency, and intention. Even the healthiest vegetables lose their power if we cook them the wrong way or eat them at the wrong time. What you do after your meal, whether you pair foods correctly, how you prepare them, when you eat them, might be just as important as what's on your plate. The secret isn't complicated. It's about making small, informed choices every single day. Which of these healing foods will you add to your grocery list this week? I'd love to hear in the comments which one surprised you the most. Because protecting your sight starts with what you choose to put on your fork today.